The best way to dig into this is by explaining exactly what shotgun to buy and where you should purchase it. Now in this particular video, I'm showing you some examples of shotguns.
As I was saying, we certainly won't be suggesting any particular shotgun or where to buy it. No, sir.
I think you will find that your friends at your new trap club will be willing to discuss this topic with you often. I also think you may find that they can be very thorough with their details. If you associated trap shooting to a particular type of hunting, you can easily say it simulates small game bird hunting, where birds flush into the sky out in front of you. Similar to small bird hunting, trap shooting is a sport where clay targets fly from a trap house situated out in front of you and follow a random and rising flight path away from you. And also like bird hunting, trap shooting is a shotgun sport. And it is a sport of accuracy and consistency, and therefore a serious trap shooter will only want to choose a shoulder-mounted shotgun over the tactical style firearm. You may even encounter some clubs prohibiting the use of tactical shotguns on their trap ranges. Discussing the topic of shotguns is actually large and complex enough to dedicate an entire video series to cover it. But for simplicity's sake, in this video we're only going to examine them as two types: field guns and specialty trap gun. Field guns, a term you're going to hear at your trap club, and it's referring to shotguns manufactured specifically for hunting. As you probably already know, field gun styles vary between single shot, over-under, pump action, and auto-loaders. And what you may be happy to know is that it's common to see beginning shooters using field guns when starting out, since it's typically what they already own. And that's fine and acceptable. They break clay targets as well as any other shotgun. And although smaller gauges are allowed, the gun size most commonly used for trap shooting is 12 gauge. Now let's switch to trap guns. This term is referring to guns manufactured specifically for the purpose of trap shooting, and they do offer several advantages over field guns. The first difference is they're manufactured to endure the volume of shots a trap shooter is going to shoot through the gun during its lifespan, which is significantly more than a hunter would shoot through a field gun. The other advantage is the many different adjustments that can be used to fit the gun specifically to the individual shooter. These include adjustable front sight, adjustable choke, adjustable comb, recoil reductions, adjustable triggers, and things like this. These varied adjustments fits the gun to the shooter and increases accuracy and consistency. Ammunition is manufactured with certain variables that impacts the performance of your shooting. For this reason, the ATA rulebook does establish clear parameters on what ammunition is allowed for competitions. It's the responsibility of the shooter to only use permitted ammunition, and violations during events will lead to disqualification. And like discussing shotguns, ammunition is a very technical and complex topic. So in this portion, I am only going to give you brief explanations of the variables and then offer suggestions of what to purchase initially to get you started, until you better understand the dynamics based upon experience. Essentially, in trap shooting we use target loads. These are lower velocity rounds producing lesser recoil. On the top and sides of the box, you will see the listed variables I mentioned. The first set of numbers indicates the size of the shotgun it's manufactured to be used in. The boxes shown here are made specifically for 12 gauge shotguns with a 2 3/4 inch chamber size. Next is the velocity or speed of the shot when being fired. In these pictures, you will notice the first one says 1,145 feet per second, with the other two being 1,200 feet per second. The last two numbers are indicating the amount and size of the shot inside the shell. The 1 1/8 ounce indicates how much shot is inside the shell based upon its weight. The other numbers, 7.5 and 8, are representing the size of the pellets of the shot. The lower the number, the larger the shot. Now, for the big question, what to buy? The ammunition that I've used in this visual representation are actually what I use when I'm shooting, and I also believe to be the most common among trap shooters. You may end up personalizing your selection after you've started shooting, but for your initial purchases, using these will ensure you're within the parameters outlined by the ATA handbook. Brand and price are completely a personal choice. Eye and ear protection is required when shooting trap, so you'll need glasses and hearing protection before you arrive at the range. The hearing protection you choose is completely a personal choice, and you will see all kinds being used at the range. One type is the expanding foam type like you see here. Or you can use plastic earplugs like shown here. Some shooters like headsets. And finally, molded earplugs, which is my personal favorite because they're very comfortable. The very first consideration for choosing your eyewear is actually your vision. If you wear prescription eyeglasses, you can wear those while shooting. After that, the next consideration is color. Having a variety of lens colors on hand helps shooters adjust to differing conditions, such as lighting conditions and backgrounds. These things affect how quickly and effectively shooters can see and shoot the targets. Bright, medium, or low lighting conditions affects this, as do background colors. Having multiple lenses enables you to adjust with the environment to keep yourself competitive. The style shooters choose is a personal preference. Finally, a shell carrier. You'll need something to store your shells on your body while shooting. One popular method is using belt carriers, which enables you to remove your shells from your waistline when you reload. The other method is wearing a shooting vest. They have large pockets and you simply place the box of shells inside them.